Why is it not? Okay, we're gonna have to be crooked because I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it won't hold it. Hey, Phoenix. Hey, RJ. If it's a little crooked, we're going to have to deal with it because I'm in my studio. It don't look too bad. Hey, Phoenix. It looks a little off, but we just going to deal with it today because yeah, I'm early today. I just want to go ahead. Child, I'm so early that Gizmo and my husband are still asleep. Now, I done got up, done took my shower. I done had on 2 wigs. I done had on my house wig. And then I said, okay, well, let me put my good wig on so I can go film this video. I done made 2 costume changes. And they still sleep. Gizmo did sit up for a minute and, kind of like look around like, why are you doing all this moving? Go somewhere. But he hasn't gotten up. But he's not going to get up until my husband gets up. He won't get up completely until he gets up. So he's just laying there looking like, but see, Gizmo don't go to bed either until my husband go to bed. I go to bed. I'm not sitting up waiting on them. I go to bed. When I get sleepy, I go to sleep. Forget them. Because I'll be off that Benadryl anyway, so it don't matter. I'm asleep. They don't go to bed till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because they be up playing video games and stuff. I'm not doing that. So they still sleep. I didn't have breakfast, everything. I didn't had breakfast, fruit, juice, everything. And they still laid up there asleep. So I said, let me come on out here and do this video because I do have another video. Let me do this live because I do. Y'all like my nails? Look, you got to get that one. That one with the diamonds and stuff. Sally's. So yeah, I took those pink ones off and put these on. Diamonds and glitter. I'm out here. So y'all know I'm goofy. Yesterday was so bad. Let me tell y'all what happened. See, when you get in your 50s, you got to remember that your body parts are in their 50s too. So I'm just out, thinking everything is cool. I'm out in the backyard with Gizmo, and he had pooped. So I just bent over, like always, thinking that my back was going to do what it always do. But yesterday, it was like, no. I bent over to pick up that poop. And when I tell you, when I went to straighten back up, to get back up, my back was like, nah, I think we're going to have to stay here. And I was like, no, girl, we can't stay here. We can't just stay bent over. And my back was like, yeah, this is where we're going to be. And do you know that my brain and my back were in agreement? My brain was like, yeah, stay there. And something in my mind was like, no, we can't stay. And the other part of my brain was like, yeah, we can stay right here. And so it was a tussle. I was, Lord, if a bee fly, that's why I'm keeping this window closed, because I'm scared that a bee gonna fly in here. So it was a tussle. I was like, come on, we got to make it in the house at least, Lord. Lord, don't just let my back just tighten up and I'm stuck in the backyard. And Gizmo ain't no help. So I toughened it out. I just was like, and I had a bag of Dookie that didn't make it any better. I had this bag of Dookie. So I couldn't just leave, I couldn't bring the Dookie in the house because we have a special garbage can for the Dookie. So I had to walk over, and it just seemed like I was dragging. This is the amount of pain I was in. It just seemed like I was dragging my back. Like my back had came detached from the rest of my body, and I was just dragging it. It had popped off, like a Barbie doll, how you pop the Barbie doll head off. That's what my back did. And I was just dragging it as I was walking. Picture that, to put that Dookie in the garbage. And I made it in the house. Okay. Gizmo's running around. He, just running and having fun. Oh yeah, Mama's throwing the Dookie away, not knowing I'm dragging my back. So I make it in the house, and the only thing I could do was fling myself on the bed. Me and this broke back. I broke my back. So I was just laying there for a minute because my husband was in the other room. And he always says that I'm dramatic. Am I the drama? So I didn't want to text him and say, can you come in the room and give me some medicine because I broke my back? Because I knew he was going to be like, you're so dramatic. But my back was literally broken. I broke it. So I laid there for a little while contemplating my life. Like, how am I going to get my back to back where it's supposed to be? And I just laid there because I couldn't even get up to get any medicine. It hurt just that bad. So I finally got up, got some medicine, and smoked something, and went to sleep and slept for like 3 hours. And then when I woke up, I was like a new person. I washed my hair, conditioned my hair. Oh, I'm using this new conditioner. It smells so good. And so I felt much better when I got up this morning. But I'm still not doing anything today. Like, I'm not doing shit. I'm not going to make up the bed. I'm not going to do nothing. Okay? Because my back is broken. Hey, everybody. Girl, I was walking with this bag of Dookie. I'm like, Lord have mercy, Jesus. So I'm feeling better. Okay? And I don't want to take any more of that medicine because it's an opioid. And honey, you want to talk about constipated? You can't take too many opioids because them opioids will get in your system, and I guess it pulls all the moisture out of your colon or whatever, so everything you eat balls up into a brick. So I haven't been eating anything but fruits and high fiber foods. Yesterday I had like a really big salad, some watermelon, grapes, pineapple, all of this kind of stuff, because I know that when you take opioids, you're going to have a hard time using the bathroom. So that's what we're going through. Okay? So pray for my colon and my broke back, because my back is broken. Will Smith. So this morning he decided to release a video on, he released it on his Instagram, I guess, where he is again apologizing to Chris Rock. He said that he reached out to Chris Rock, and Chris Rock is not Chris Rock was like, I ain't ready to talk to you yet. And, he like looked into the camera and gave this very robotic apology. And it seemed sincere. Like, this man has probably went through a lot. This wasn't, them crows be out here. I'm pretty sure this was not a easy situation for Will Smith, for Chris Rock, for the family, anybody. So he did say that he also apologized to Chris Rock's mom because he saw the interview that she did and she was very upset. And he also apologized to Chris Rock's brother. What's his brother name? Tony? Michael? I don't know. A real common name. But he apologized to his brother. His brother is also a comedian. His brother is very ghetto, hood acting. And he apologized to him because he was like, we were really close. And he feels like their relationship is irreparable. I don't feel like it's irreparable. I just feel like it's going to take some time. These are rich people. Rich people have a tendency to forgive quicker than us people from the hood. You do something to me and I'll never speak to your ass again. Ever. Now, you slap my husband, I'm gonna never speak to your ass again. Ever. Especially if my husband didn't slap you back. I will never ever speak to you. You will always I will go to meet my maker with disdain for you. You will really have to, like my husband will really have to be like, okay, babe, come on now. You're gonna have to drop this for me to drop it. Because I'm really not one of them people. I do hold on to shit. I hold on to, even my kids have told me, damn mama, you be holding on to stuff yeah, I do. When you do shit to me, especially if I don't feel like you apologize correctly or your apology was sincere enough for me, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that shit. I most definitely am, and you can kiss my ass. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, his name is Tony. But brothers can play with each other like that, though. Like I can call my husband fat, but nobody else better not do it. So brothers can do that. They can say, oh, that ugly dude, blah blah blah. They can do that, but can't nobody else do it. So I really think that Will Smith's apology is sincere. I really do. I really think that his apology is sincere, and I just think that, come on, let's move on from this. How long has it been? It seemed like the shit happened last year, and I know it didn't. It just happened not too long ago, didn't it? But it seemed like it happened last year. Chris is dating a Caucasian woman, and Tony said, I guess he's really handsome now. Oh, it's only been 3 months. Yeah, it just seems like but probably because it wasn't me that it happened to. Now, the one thing I hate about wearing these nails, I couldn't get my necklace on. I couldn't, because, the clasp is so dainty that I couldn't get my necklace on. And I just feel like it's just too much up here. My bosoms I need some decoration in the bosom area. And then there ain't nothing going on up here. So that's getting on my nerves. Um, I just feel like, okay, this shit is over. Let's move on. Seriously, let's come on. Let's move on. I know that Chris Rock is probably not going to move on until he gets his Netflix or HBO special or whatever. You know, when that comes out, then we'll probably be able to move on. We can't move on until he, I feel like he deserves the last say in this because he was the one that was physically assaulted. He deserves the last say. The last say should be his. So we're not going to be able to move on until he says what he has to say, which, um, who was that? I'm nosy. See, I don't need to be out in front of the house. I need to be in the back of the house where it's not as many, it's too many distractions out here. That's these people getting their exercise. I'm shit. I need to be out there with their ass. I don't know why they walking in the middle of the street though. But I need to be out there walking with them, child. Because I didn't gain so much weight. But I ain't even gonna talk about that. But let's talk about Nick Cannon in his community penis. So Nick Cannon said that 80% of women have odors downstairs. 80%. Now we know that he be out here giving it to him because this is what he just had his eighth baby by I don't know how many different women. So we know that you are sampling different vaginas raw. Like you out here throwing your thing in a whole bunch of different places. And he had the nerve to say 80% of women have hygiene issues. Phoenix say he needs to pipe down. He really meant 8 out of 10 of his baby mamas stank. So the common denominator got to be him. When you out here having sex with all these different women, you are the drama, sir. You the one jumping out of this one, jumping into that one, jumping into that one, jumping. You are the one carrying BV and everything else to all these women, upsetting all these women's pH balance. And you know what? Men kill me. That's the stanky cooch is the easiest read it is. Do this man not know that every orifice of the body contains a odor? Everything. Behind your ears, earwax in your ear. You know what's the weirdest odor to me? Is my nose ring. Every now and then, when I like rotate the nose ring to clean it, I can smell it. It's got the weirdest odor. Everything has an odor. In your mouth, under your breast. So do men think that they balls smell good? Anything that will sweat will carry a odor. Under your arms, everything. That's why we have to take baths on a regular basis. Everything that will sweat will carry an odor. Everything. Even babies stink. Up under their little, if you're not cleaning, if you're not pulling all of this down and cleaning all up in there, they stink. In between your toes, everything. Even babies' they little feet will stink if they sweat. So I'm so sick of men. You can't live without pussy, but you want to be quick to say it stink. Like, that was the most ignorantest thing he could have said. He couldn't think of shit else to say. But 80% of pussies that I done been with have hygiene issues. You too old for that. You too old for that shit. Just say the women that you've been with stink. Just say the women that's stupid enough to lay up with you and have a baby by you stink. Them the ones that stink. Not 80% of women. Them women that's stupid enough to lay up with you and get pregnant by you, them the ones that stink. Because any woman that'll lay up with your ass knowing you'll give a baby to anybody, she got the stink. I'm like, Lord, Nick, you couldn't think of nothing else? Now, 80% of women out here ain't stinking. Because if they was, the gynecologists would be out here losing their damn minds. And I used to work for a medical doctor who did gynecological exams. And, I was the person that was handing him the instruments and, okay, so my first gynecology exam, I was new. And so the doctor was, telling me everything that was going to happen, the instruments that he was going to need, and all of this, because I was a medical assistant. And he was like, you have to be in the room with me at all times. So, don't think that you're going to be able to prepare the slides and then go out the room and get the bag and stuff. He said, no, you have to stay here in the room with me the whole entire time that I'm here with the patient. So let's get that understanding. And then he was like, and don't act like you're scared to look at another woman's vagina. You have one, right? And I was like, yeah. He was like, okay, so she has the same thing that you have. So you're going to have to look and, pass me and stand next. Because he was like, I need you to stand next to me. Because I'm going to be next to the patient. I need you to stand next to me. And, we were going, because it was a black doctor, and we had a really good relationship. So he was like, I need you to stand next to me. So standing next to me means you're, going to be right here. So we go through all of this. And I'm telling you, not one patient ever came in and smelled funny. They just smell like people. You know what I mean? Every woman, of course, has a different body odor. We all have our own separate body odors. We all of us smell, we don't all smell the same. We all smell different. Our hair smells different. Our body, depending on where our hormone levels are as women are going to smell different depending on what the temperature is. If my breasts get too hot or whatever, it's there's going to be an odor, but I've never smelled, no woman has ever come into the doctor's office and I smelled anything that I thought was like, oh my God, we all gonna die up in this bitch. It was never like that. Even when a woman came in and she had a sponge, which was a contraceptive back in, was it the 90s? She had a sponge stuck in her vagina. She couldn't get it out because I guess they had like these little hooks, not a hook, but like a little string, kind of not like a tampon, because this thing was built onto the sponge that you stick your finger in and pull it out. Well, I guess that thing had got twisted up towards her cervix and she couldn't get it out. And even that, I didn't smell anything that, was like, we about to, you know, because, in the doctor's office, we were in one of those like fancy buildings where the windows didn't open. So it wasn't like that. So, Nick Cannon, shut up. Go to hell. Do that. Yeah, this was an actual, and the doctor said that actually, I think that was one of the reasons why that thing, the sponge, was taken off the market, because too many people. I almost had an incident myself, but I finally was able to get it out. Too many people were um, getting them stuck. So Nick Cannon, Nick Cannon can go to hell. That's the end of that. So this preacher, this I know his last name is Whitehead. This preacher has now come out that he took $100,000 from one of his parishioners, and he took the money from her. He lied to her and told her he was going to help her purchase a house. Now her credit was bad, and he was like, "Okay, well, I'll take the money and, put it under my LLC or whatever, and we'll get you the house that way." So yeah, that didn't work out. And he was supposed to be giving her $100 a month. Who the hell can live off $100 a month? I didn't understand that part of the article. But anyway, the woman is suing him for $100,000 because after she kept, where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money? He finally said, "Oh, well, I thought that was a contribution to my campaign. That that was a gift to my campaign." And she was like, "No, it wasn't." So I'm assuming that the woman didn't. There was no contract, or nothing was in writing that I wouldn't have gave. Why are people still trusting people with large sums of money with no contract? You don't know who his ass is, because this man he is flashy. He loves designer. If you go to his Facebook page, there are videos of him getting his Rolls Royce. And this is what took the cake for me. There is a video of him saying, "Oh, this is my prayer closet. I want everybody to see my prayer closet." And it's just a walk-in closet full of designer suits and shoes. That was it. And I was like, God should strike you down dead right here in front of everybody on this live. Just just to prove a point. Just to prove I'm still here and I'm still in control. Because this man literally said, I want to show you guys my prayer closet. And it was just Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Fendi, Prada, just, all of the big name brands. If you go to his Facebook page, it's just full of that bullshit. There's one video, I guess, on his birthday, and he's got the people at the Louis Vuitton store. Someone is filming. He's walking out of the Louis Vuitton store with like boxes, or Hermes, or one of these designers. I think it was Louis Vuitton. He's walking out of the store with all of these boxes, and the employees are just like, oh my God, happy birthday. And, they're carrying all these boxes and stuff. And he's just making this really big deal out of it. So his whole thing is money. Money. People be like, well, money is the root of all evil. It's not money that's the root of all evil. It's the love of money. Not money, because God knows we need money. It's the love of money that is the root of all evil. And honey, him and his wife, they're both very flashy, taking videos, riding in expensive cars, and, playing. I guess Jay-Z is one of his people that he loves, so he's playing I Will Not Lose, playing his music. But what's done in the dark will come to the light eventually. Eventually it will come to the light, and I'm pretty sure, because other people were saying that he was getting investigated by the feds for some stuff. And if he is, they're coming. They coming, child. They gonna get you. So I ain't worried about that. I'm not worried about that. I'm definitely not worried about that. He will get his. He'll get his, and so will Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon will get his too. Nick on, because every time he throw his dick in somebody, he is rolling the dice. He is rolling the dice, because it is obvious that if he getting all these women pregnant, it's obvious that he don't believe in protection. He just out here. And honey, I'm telling you, it is too much stuff out here now. This pox, this monkeypox is scaring me. Like, for real, for real. It's too many things out here for people to still just be out here having sex like it's nothing. It's too many diseases out here. And I'm pretty sure he is not taking all of these women to get checked out medically before he has sex. He just out here giving away babies like they suckers after a doctor's appointment or something. Child. I know who he couldn't have sex with. If I was young, it wouldn't be me. I hope the feds do get him. Oh, he apologized. I didn't see his apology. He apologized recently? Ooh, honey. Hell no, Mariah ain't looking at him. Mariah didn't moved on. Mariah didn't moved on with her life. Mariah, Mariah, Mariah is like, I don't want that mess tarnishing my brand. And you definitely not gonna have sex with me. Shout out to my grandson who has made the football team. He is playing football. He's 11 years old. I'm so proud of him. And my granddaughter, Momo, who is out here playing basketball. Momo tall too. Um, she she has to be 5'6", and she 13. She is playing basketball. My grandkids out here doing it, and they cute. I'm so happy for them. They doing their thing. School gonna be starting back up soon, so I got to. So I'm gonna do a little bit of school shopping. My granddaughter would have been here, but we had a COVID while. Everybody is fine now. But yeah, we had COVID run through our house. Thank God this is a big house and everybody kind of had their own space. But of course, we didn't want anybody from the outside coming, so she hasn't been able to visit. But just in case she watches my videos, I have blocked her, so she can't comment. So she haven't been watching, and I blocked her because some of the idiots found out she was my granddaughter, and they were saying they were trying to talk like there's some stupid ass people in this world. So I blocked her. Um, but I might let her come back under another. Yeah, just creeps. I might let her come back under another account so people won't know who she is. But she 13. She got a smart mouth now. So so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna let her come back because, she a teenager and she don't want nobody talking crazy to her grandmother. And if she go off, I'm gonna just let her go off. I'm not going I'm not going to hold her back because y'all need to realize that people actually love me. So there's some crazy folks out here. That's a shame that I had to block my own grandchild because people was out here acting stupid. But yeah, I guess that's about it. That's all. The other stuff that I want to talk about, I want to do it in a separate video. That's all I think I wanted to talk about online. That's all I can remember. I think that was like the major stuff. But it looks like this stuff that's going on with this pastor is ongoing, and there are rumblings that the feds are looking at him because it is supposed to be a lawsuit. This woman supposedly sued him for her $100,000. She want her money. So he getting a whole lot of attention. And he did. He got a whole lot of backlash for what he said about Larry Reed and this woman. Now, my thing is with this whole situation, had that been me and I was robbed and I turn on the live and somebody that I kind of know, at least we've had conversations before with each other, is on live laughing at me with another person that I don't really know, I probably would have came in the live on some rah-rah too. And if this was a hoax, you still got to pretend like it was real. Don't nobody want to, like, on some real shit. No one wants to be talked about. Like y'all sitting here laughing at me, and I'm just supposed to come in like, yeah, can you guys not do that? Y'all know that's not how we as black people act. We don't act like that. That's not us. We gonna come in on some, what is going on here? Why y'all doing this? I think he act now he got a little bit out of line, but he acted appropriately to me. Shit. You can't tell nobody how to fight you. When people fighting, you can't be like, oh, don't hit me here. Oh, don't call me fat. No. I'm gonna hit you where I think it hurt. Dang, I thought the reward was 50K. He done upped it. I mean, yeah, people gonna fall for the okey doke because it did look legit at first. We can't look at everything and be like, oh, that's not real. Just like I heard a woman was being assaulted in New Orleans, and the police were like, didn't help her. People on the street was like, she, something is going on right there. And the police was like, no, she's okay. Come to find out that she really was assaulted. And just because you know the person that assaults you does not make it any less of an assault. So we can't look at every situation and be like, oh, that shit's fake. Because when is it real? And who determines whether something is real or fake? So now every time someone, somebody run up in a situation or hold somebody up, oh, that shit was staged. Some of this shit is real. Like, I would hate to be in a position where something, okay, I'm going to use myself as an example. And I'm only using myself as an example because I'm a content creator. So I would hate for something to happen to me in public or in my house or whatever, and someone say, oh, she's just doing that shit for clout. She wasn't really hurt. Oh, she didn't really get robbed. She just doing that for clout. She's just doing that so her channel will get views. When in all actuality, I was hurt. That would hurt me more, that people actually looked at a situation where I was legitimately hurt and they said, oh, she just did that shit she's just doing that for views. I hate that our society is turning into that. And yes, there are people that do stuff for views, and, because has anybody seen this woman that be on Facebook cooking, and everything she cooked is like hella nasty looking? Like, it looks nasty. Like, she took a whole pack of spaghetti and put it in a uncooked spaghetti and put it in a pan and put spaghetti sauce on top of it, clumped up, didn't spread it out or nothing, just put it in clumps. And then the raw hamburger meat, just balls of it, and put cheese and put it in there, and then some more raw rigatoni noodles, and then, I mean, all of her cooking videos just look nasty, look like stuff, be looking raw and uncooked and everything, but she gets millions of views because it's disgusting. So yes, there are people out here that, you know, I do understand that there are people out here that do shit for clout, but we're going to have to be careful and understand that there are still people out here getting robbed and getting hit in their head and all kind of stuff, and it's legit. It's not, all for clout. It's real. Yeah, I think this woman is either friends with the toilet woman or the toilet woman or something. Child, I don't know. Yeah, those toilet bowl concoctions are that I can't even watch that kind of shit. So Phoenix said, I think the people were looking at the video on how the robbers were moving. I've never been in an armed robbery, so I have no clue. To me, it looked like they was moving like, I don't know, y'all, like real robbers. I don't know. I've never been in an armed robbery either. I mean, the only thing I found strange was the one dude that was just like sitting there with his Bible and he didn't move the whole time. But then I'm like, if someone comes in with a gun and say don't move, why would you move? What was he supposed to do? He may have been scared he was gonna get shot. Yeah, he could have been in shock. So I wouldn't. I don't know, cause I've never been in a situation where armed. Okay, but let me tell you about this situation that I was in that is kind of similar to this situation. So I used to be a counselor at a transitional home for women who were dealing with substance abuse. Now, it was a Christian transitional home. So these women lived in the facility, but they had to go to church. They had to go to church. They had to go to Bible study, and that we had a whole curriculum for them to do during the day. They had so much studying that they had to do during the day, Bible study, also drug rehab curriculum we had, and then they had their regular cleanup and rest and all that kind of stuff. Like, it was a whole day that we had planned for these people. So we had a young lady who was on drugs, and she was also prostituting. Her family had put her in the treatment facility. They were paying for it. She was, the family knew the pastor, and like, this place had really good intentions, but it just wasn't being run the correct way. But anyway, so the young lady came. I think she was like 19 or something like that. So she came, and she may have been 20, 19, 20. She was young. And so her family, brought her. They put, brought her clothes, everything. We did the whole check of her. We did not allow cell phones in the facility, and their when they used the phone, their phone calls were always monitored by us. So if you wanted to use the phone, you would have to use the phone in the staff office, and while we're sitting there like listening to your conversation. So I'm not sure. In Okay, so we did not do checks. Like, we couldn't check your vagina for contraband. We couldn't check your body. The only thing we could check was your pockets. So, we will be looking for things like lighters, drugs, of course, cell phones, pagers, all of those type of things. So, we thought that we had checked this woman really good, but obviously we hadn't. and she had snuck a cell phone in and had been talking to her pimp who wanted her back on the street. So, her one evening, I guess her mother called and was like, y'all better call the police because her pimp said he on his way up there with his boys, and if he have to, he will shoot her out the house. And so I was like, what? He gonna do what? And okay, I'm hood, but I'm only hood to a certain degree. So, we then started talking to the young lady, like, how does he know where you are, for one? And, at first she was like, I don't know. I don't know how he knows I'm here. And the other lady that I worked with, she was a recovering crackhead. She didn't take no shit off nobody. We were like good cop, bad cop because I was a minister. I was a minister. She was a legit recovering crackhead. So she had real life experience under her belt. And she was like, bitch, you a damn. I mean, she lost all professionalism and everything in that moment. She was like, bitch, you a damn lie. You know how this nigga, you know how he know, how he know where you at. You got a cell phone up in here. And honey, she went in that room. She started snatching stuff out the drawers, and then the girl was finally just like, okay, okay. I gave him the address. And so she was like, is he really stupid enough to come up here? Like, is he legit on that kind of stuff? Like, will he really come up here shooting? And the girl was like, yes. So the other staff member was like, call him. Call him right now and see what's going on. So she called him, he got on the phone, and he was like, um, if you're not out by a certain time, I'm gonna come up in there because I know I know where that's at and all this kind of stuff. I don't give a damn about who else is up in there. And honey, when I tell you, the other staff lady was like, you ain't gotta worry about coming up in here shooting. Just come on up here, and when you get here, she'll be sitting on the porch. She was like, so then she told her, call your mom and daddy, and because y'all gonna work this out. So she called her parents and so the staff member was like, she has breached our contract. She has told this man, where she is. She has put the staff life in danger and the rest of the people that live here. So either y'all gonna come pick her up or he gonna come pick her up. But whoever gonna come pick her up, she gonna be on the porch. And yeah, we helped her pack her stuff and sat her on outside. That was the end of that. Our parents came and got her. And we was like, hey, call your dude and tell him that you at your mom and daddy house so he don't come here. After that, I was like, we ain't taking no more prostitutes. That's that on that one. Even the pastor who ran the facility, he was like, yeah, we don't want them kind of problems no more. No more. Hey, Melissa. Hey, girl. Welcome to the chat, girl. Melissa, I be coming to your I be in your chat. I just be watching you from my TV, and I can't always comment. But it's Omo Oshun. It's me, girl. So yeah, that whole I have been there when people tell you that they're gonna run up in your facility with a gun It'll change your whole perspective about the Lord protecting you, and I'm covered by the blood and all that, honey. When that man said we will come there and shoot her up out of that facility, you should have seen all it, honey, all that Christianity, the Bible, everything. We threw all that shit out the window and was packing her stuff, throwing her out. Right, she gonna be sitting on the porch because we are not. We don't want that smoke. We are not about that life. Honey, we will pray for you and hope you get your life together, but we're not going to allow one person to mess up the lives of everybody else. And I had at that point, I had teenage kids. Girl, I'm not about to die behind you and your pimp. You not ready. Because if you really wanted to be clean, the last person in this world you would have called Satan before you called your pimp. So if you're still calling him and you're still communicating with him, you're not ready for the Lord. And I'm not ready to meet my maker. I want to see my kids get grown. We packed her shit so quick and put her ass out on that porch for her family to come get her. We was like, don't worry about the rest. You don't owe us nothing. We don't owe you nothing. Take your daughter and get the hell out of here. Because we don't want her pimp coming over here shooting up this place for her. Putting the rest of the people who are really here trying to get their lives together at stake for someone that still wants to prostitute and do drugs. So we lost her. She was for the streets, and we let her go back to the streets. Soon as that man said we will come over here and shoot that whole place up, we was like, no, you won't. Not this place, you not for somebody that don't want to be clean. Shit. Take her. Take her, child. Take her. She want to be a prostitute that bad that you gonna put my life in danger? Bullshit. Oh, honey, I got some stories. Not only when I was working with adults, because see, I've been a counselor with children in the foster care system and adults in the rehab system. And the adults was as bad as them foster care kids. They were just as bad. Dealing with adults in rehab was just like having foster care kids, because we would have to take them places we had a big ass church van, and we would have to, take them to the store, take them shopping and stuff, just like kids. We would pile all their asses in that van, and we would go to the store or whatever. They weren't allowed to have any cash when we went places. So, they would be just like kids. They would go pick out what they wanted and put it on the counter or whatever, and the staff we would pay for it, and get back to the facility and hand it to them like they were like we legit had to treat them like they were children, because they were addicted to drugs. We were trying to break that cycle of addiction. So you can't have money, you can't, talk on the phone, you can't have any company. Like it was so serious. Like they couldn't even see their family for the first 30 days of treatment. Like the first 30 days, the first 30 days, you couldn't even leave the facility, because the church was right there. The treatment facility was behind the church. So they couldn't go anywhere for the first 30 days. They couldn't leave the facility. They couldn't even go to the store. So yeah, I got a whole lot of stories to tell. That was just one of the most serious stories. But we've had people set fires. I mean, like sneaking in cigarettes and putting cigarettes and stuff in their panties, and like one woman set the bed mattress on fire. I don't know, just crazy shit, all kind of stuff. So we didn't been through it all. I'm gonna tell some of those stories. Girl, I was like, you're not gonna shoot up this facility. You're not gonna shoot up this place, because we had, the thing was opening that facility. We had painted the staff of the church, the people of the church had came together to get this facility together. We had painted, we had cleaned, we had did so much. We took so much pride in this place. And no, you're not gonna come here and shoot this place up for one prostitute. You gonna take her because she not ready. I felt really, really bad for her family, because her mom and dad, you can tell that, they were doing, like, this girl didn't come from, she came from a house with a mom and dad. She came from people that had enough money to pay for her treatment. You could tell they loved her, and they were doing everything that they could to get her away from this dude. And the girl was doing everything she could to stay with him and continue to use drugs. So, girl, you're not about to put our life in danger for some crack. And if you want to be with that dude, more power to you, sweetheart. We will continue to keep you on our sick and shut in list, but you're gonna have to go back with your pimp. I mean, we made, like, the staff came together, the pastor came, we all talked about that. We had a Holy Ghost prayer meeting right there, and then after everything was over, the pastor was like, go on in there and pack her stuff. He said, y'all talked to her parents, and we were like, yeah. He was like, all right, well, put her outside. Put her outside. And everybody stayed in the back, until we knew that she was gone and she was no longer a threat. Like, we all had to, like, stay in the back of the facility and stuff, just in case. These dudes is crazy. We talking about East Oakland. We're talking East Oakland, deep East Oakland, 90th and Bancroft, deep East Oakland. So yeah, the dudes out there, they don't play. If they tell you that they're gonna come and shoot up your spot, they're gonna come shoot your spot up. They're gonna do that. So honey, we put her on that porch with a free sign. Take her. Take her. All her stuff. Don't ever come back. So that was that. I think that was one of the, scariest. And I've always been, like, I would buck up at the clients, because I didn't want them to think that I was a punk, because I've always been cute, dressed nice and everything. And, they knew that I wasn't a crackhead. I ain't never had an addiction to crack or anything, but I was just interested in that ministry because my mother had some addictions. But I ain't lived that life, like, to be real. I have not lived a bad life. Like, I've lived a good life. And people, the crackheads know that. Crackheads can tell people that ain't never lived on the street, or, went, and they will try you. And my coworker was like, "You gonna have to start bucking up at these people because I see that they trying you. Even if you ain't about that life, you gonna have to start acting like it." And I did. I had to start acting hard, like, bitch, I beat your ass. to, the, to the point where the pastor was like, Deaconess, are you okay? It's like, I'm sick of these people trying me. Yeah, there were times when I, like, legit had to get out of character on some of these people because they were really trying me. Because, see, some of these people, I ain't never lived up under no freeway overpass, and they were hard, hard. And I'm talking women. These were hard women. They have they had been, you know, rolled hard and hung up to dry. That ain't my life. I didn't lived on fluffy pillows and cushions all my life. I grew up drinking Hershey's strawberry milk. I wasn't drinking Hennessy when I was 10 years old, like some of y'all people. Shit. I wasn't smoking crack in high school. That ain't my testimony. But honey, I had to get hard on them. I was like, bitch, I beat your ass. You know who you fucking with. Knowing I can't fight. Knowing I wasn't gonna fight nobody. But I had ghetto kids though. I had ghetto kids. They would fight. I had ghetto kids. Girl, I put her out. We put her out on that front porch in a box with a sign that said free. Quickly and closed and locked that door. We put her outside before her parents even got there. They came and picked her up. And they were nice. Her parents were, they knew that her parents weren't crazy. They knew that this girl had put our life in danger. They knew we weren't gonna take that, and her parents had probably dealt with the pimp and stuff too. So shit, she had to go. Yeah, I mean, I'm a good person until you do me wrong. And with that being a church ministry, of course, I never wanted to be the one, and I was a minister, an ordained minister. I didn't want to be the one up in there, you know, cussing these people out, and I felt like that was my coworker's job because she wasn't a minister. She wasn't on staff. Like, she was on staff, but I was on the ministry staff. And she was just like employee staff. But she was like, "Girl, you can't be letting these people talk to you like that. You gonna have to act like you from the hood." She was like, "Now, didn't you grow up in West Oakland? You gonna have to show these people that, you got something in you, or they gonna run over you." So, child, I got so crazy. One time the pastor was like, "Are you okay, Deaconess?" Like, "Are you smoking crack?" Because once I get mad, now it takes a little bit to make me mad, but once I get mad, I'm a Leo. It's hard for me to calm down. You know, I got to just like get it all off my chest. And this was when I was going through my super hard Christian phase. This was before, I really got into traditional African spiritual. Honey, I'm glad it is too. This was before I got, into all of that. This was when I was a die hard Christian. Like I was Christian to my core. Like to my core. I was one of them Bible toting, took the Bible everywhere with me. Always studying the Bible on my breaks and stuff. Like, people really respected the fact that I really took it serious. Like, if someone wanted to pray with me, I was down to pray, like, legit would pray my heart out for somebody. So I was, like, diehard Christian. But I remember somebody pissed me off, and honey, all that Christianity. I got so East Oakland on their ass. I scared the staff people. They was like, "Oh shit, okay, yeah, she crazier than we thought she was." Yep, I am initiated into African spiritual religion. I'm initiated into Lukumi. I am a child of Oshun. I mean, I'm still Christian. You that's something that you know you don't throw away, and that's one of the parts. One of the reasons why I do a lot of teaching on this channel, because I want people to understand that just because you believe in African spirituality does not negate the fact that you believe in you're a Christian or you believe in God. There is only one God. One. We just call God by different names because of our culture, or the region of the world we live in, or who we are. God is called by different names, but it's only one God. So yeah, I believe in God, but I believe in the orishas. I believe in deities. All of these things are a combination in how I form my spirituality. But there is only one God. So me going through this, being born into a Christian household is one thing. So Christianity, of course, is my foundation. But as I got older and was able to broaden my scope when it comes to spirituality, then I added other things that work for me. And I, tell people, add what works for you. That's like there are 1,000 different pound cake recipes. You add, you take a recipe and add what works for you. Some people like lighter pound cakes. So you find a recipe that makes the cake lighter. Some people like a more dense pound cake. I like a lighter pound cake. The recipe that my mother has, my mom never liked dense cakes. I don't like dense cakes either. So I would find a recipe that has a lighter, fluffier, more moist cake. And that's how I look at religion. You find what works for you. If this works for you, that works. Christianity works for you. Ifa works for you. Santeria works for you. Lukumi works for you. Hoodoo works for you. Get those things and put them together. If Palo works for you, do Palo. Whatever works for you is what you should do. I have found what works for me, and that's what I do. But Christianity is my base. My ancestors are Christian. My mother, my father, my grandparents all were Baptists. My family is Baptist. Some people's family is Apostolic, Methodist, Church of God in Christ. Whoever your foundation is, that's what you build on. Just like when you lay a house, you build, hopefully, on a cement concrete foundation, something that is solid. The foundation of the house can't be sand because the house will eventually sink. So my foundation is Christianity. That's what I built on and just kept going. Yeah, it's IFA, IFA. Yeah, we can't replace God. We don't we yeah, we can't replace God, and we're not God. We're made in the image and likeness of God. Just like your children are made in the image. If you have kids, they're made in the image and likeness of you, because they carry a piece of your DNA, and a piece of their dad's DNA came together and made them. So they're made in your image and likeness. That's how we are. We are made in the image and likeness of God, but we ourselves are not God. God is still supreme. Just like our children will not come out looking exactly like us, because they're not us, they're a piece of us. And that's how we are with God. We will never be God. We will never be on his level. We can't be. Our kids will never be us. No matter how much they look like us, they still will never be us. I have one son that looks like me, and then I have another son that looks like his dad. They're both of them are both of our children. Both of my kids have the same mom and dad. One don't look nothing like me. The other one looks exactly like me. Both my kids. Both came out of me. So that's how we are with the creator. He created us. Yeah, I try to, get people to understand that, just because you practice a religion that is different from Christianity doesn't mean that you hate God, or you hate Jesus, or you hate those teachings. It's just that you embrace, your culture, your African culture. Since they call us African American, then why can't you embrace some of the cultures of Africa? And spirituality or religion is one of the things in the culture of African people. So why do we want to wear our hair natural, and wear African attire, African earrings, African jewelry, but we're afraid of the African religion? What sense does that make? That makes absolutely no sense. But is the whole, you know, brainwashing of black people to make them afraid, because everything that they've shown about hoodoo or voodoo or anything like that has been bad and negative and dark. And voodoo actually is not a all dark religion. It's not a dark practice. Palo is actually darker than voodoo, but people don't know that. There's a lot of love and care in honoring the earth and nature and herbs in all of these religions, just like Native Americans. A lot of their healing and medicine all comes from the earth. Ifa and Santeria and Lukumi is the same way. All of the initiations, yeah, plant medicine, everything is gathered from the earth. because that's where our healing comes from. All of these plants and trees and flowers and stuff are not just put here to beautify the world and make the world green and beautiful. No, this is medicine. This is healing for our spirit and body. But they don't want us to understand that. That's the separation that the white people have done for centuries to keep us away from who we really are as people. So that's all part of it. I'm about to go because my mouth getting dry and I didn't bring any water in my studio. So I'm about to go back in the house. Phoenix said, we low key believe the lie that our spirituality is the most evil when they derive their gods from our archetypes. If you look at any of the Marvel superheroes, and it is said that Stan Lee, before he got all of this shit started, he had went to Africa and he did a lot of studies on black spirituality, African spirituality. He did a lot of studies on this in a lot of these superheroes or deities. So just, do your research. Just look at who Wonder Woman is. What is Wonder Woman carrying? Who is Thor? Isn't Thor the god of thunder? All of these are our deities. If you look at Black Panther, the main ceremony that they're showing in all white, when Black Panther died in the first movie, was he dead? Yeah, because he went to see his father. He met his father, who was already deceased. His father was an ancestor. He went back and talked to the ancestors. I'm like, look at this. All of that is African spirituality. All of it, the wearing of the all white, the covering of the head, all of this stuff is African spirituality. I'm pretty sure they had somebody on their team who was, do this, wear this, because I know they had a black lady who was in charge of the costumes and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty sure they had somebody. And wasn't gosh, what is that guy's name? What is his name? I can't think of his name right now, but I know he's a child of Shango. He was in the first movie. Um so yeah, all that is sprinkled in Black Panther. All of that. African spirituality, all of that stuff is in Black Panther. And it's in a lot of Marvel movies because Stan Lee, Forrest Whitaker, thank you. Forrest Whitaker is a child of Shango. They honored the ancestors in the first Black Panther. And they're gonna do it again because now Chadwick Boseman is an ancestor. Not only is his father one, but he is also. And Killmonger is with the ancestors. I don't know if they're gonna, if he's gonna show up. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of ancestors in um probably in this movie. Especially Shango and Oshun and the Lokun. And this is from Yoruba people alone, Igbo people, Egyptians, Dagban, Mende, etc. all have different names for their elements and, honor their elements in different ways. The same way that Native Americans do, the same way that Native Americans honor the wind, the sun, the moon, the ocean. We do too. Black, African spirituality do too. And when I say black, I don't mean just black. I mean people of color, because I have to, put in the Dominican, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, all of the areas that slave trade touched, all of the countries where slaves were dropped off, the areas where slaves were dropped off, have this sort of practice. So that's that. Melissa, I will be supporting your channel. I enjoy your content. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't second guess yourself. If you want to do something, do it. F these people. Because I'm telling you now, if you get into the habit of second guessing yourself, you won't want to do your content. Don't worry about what these people gonna say, because they gonna talk shit regardless. Trust me. If you're gonna do this, you just gonna have to, like they say, put on the whole armor of God and just be out here. Put your content out. Ignore these goddamn people, because you doing a good job, and of course you doing a good job, and people, they gonna be on your ass, and I'm seeing that shit. And if it get too crazy, I'm gonna speak on it, because I like you and I want you to keep going, girl. Don't let these people stop you, because I'm gonna say what the hell I want to say, and anybody who have a problem with it can go straight to hell. They can go straight there, because you're always going to have a detractor. You're always going to have someone tell, oh, you shouldn't say that, or you shouldn't have did it like that, or you shouldn't be. Girl, shut up and go to hell. Okay, do what you want to do. Don't second guess yourself. If you want to put out some content, put it out. I mean, just like I did when I made that video about the pastor. At first, I really thought it was legit. And then I had to come back the next day and be like, okay, well, maybe this was bogus. But say what you got to say. Even if you have to come back later on and retract the statement or clear something up, do that. But don't ever stifle yourself for these damn people. Ever. Because all of these people, everybody is going to have something to say. You're going to have some people that be on your side, and I notice people will be on your side until you say something that they don't like, and then they'll jump off your ass. So say what you want to say. Girl, forget these damn people. I have really come to the realization that when it comes to YouTube, you do what you want to do and you just move on. Because ain't nobody going to like you forever. Nobody. But your family. And even they, they have their periods of time when they don't like your ass either. Shit, one of my sons ain't speaking to me right now. But see, I know by a couple of days, he'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong. You really was right. I ain't, yeah, I know. We cool. But it's that until he come back and apologize, we funkin'. I see you on Instagram. I act like, he ain't talking to me. I ain't talking to you. Because I'm not the kiss your butt, especially if you wrong. And I know you wrong. And as your mother, it's my job to tell you when you wrong. And if you want to get upset, then you'll get upset, because I know in a couple of days or whatever, you will come to your senses and be like, yeah, well, all I really got to do is post a picture on Instagram and say, oh, I'm just feeling so bad today. Lord knows my back hurting. Jesus help me. My son will be in them comments. Ma, you all right? You all right? But see, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna just, let him go through his shit. Couple of days, he'll be like, "What you doing?" And we'll be cool again. Yeah, if you wrong, you wrong. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you you wrong. And if you get upset, you're just gonna have to be upset with me, sweetheart. But you're wrong. You know, you wrong. And when you think about it, in a couple of days, he'll come, because this is how we deal with each other. In a couple of days, he'll come back and be like, "Yeah, you was right. Won't." And I'll be like, "All right then." He know we cool. I'm never going like straight turn my back on my kids. Like, even if I'm mad at you, you could call me right now and be like, "I need you," and I'm gonna be there. And then after I help you, I'm gonna still be like, "But you still wrong, right?" Is that titties? It's this lady. I think that's her. She I think she has some mental health issues. Yeah, that's her. And she won't wear a bra ever. So we call her titties, because she just be walking down the street and her titties just be flapping. I think she has like mental health issues though, because she just walks all day. She'll walk down to the park and then she'll walk back. She only lives like a few houses down from us. But honey, titties be, no matter what, no matter what she have on, her titties, she be walking down the street and her titties just be flapping. So titties on her way down to the park. She nice days. On nice days, all she do is is walk around. Titties be flapping everywhere. But I need to be friends with titties and get out here and be walking with her, child. Cause I ain't, not today though. I ain't gonna push. I ain't gonna push my back today. I'm still in recovery. I'm still recovering. So I'm going to. My husband has one of those pillows. Have y'all seen them wedge pillows that you put in the bed? Is shaped like a triangle, kinda. Not a triangle, like that, like kind of like that. Is this a triangle? Is that a triangle? I think so. But anyway, it elevates your legs when you lay down. So I think that's supposed to like take the pressure off of your back or something. But anyway, we have one. So I know my neighbors be like, "Why do she get in the car and be talking?" I know they be looking at me like, "Why is she sitting in the car?" This is my studio, okay? And my neighbors they all bougie. They're like, "She can't do that in the house." No, I can't. The lighting is better out here. All right, I'm going. I'm talking shit now. Let me go ahead and get me some water. I'm thirsty. And my back is starting to stick to these leather seats. So I'm about to go and relax. Give me some water. Find that pillow. I know it's in the garage somewhere. Because that thing is big. If I find it, I'm going to take a picture of it and post it on my community tab so y'all can see it. Okay, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you for coming. Thumbs up the video. What do Tasty Talk say? Thumbs up the video if you my friend. I don't know, y'all. I'll see you guys later. I love you. Bye.